Visiting with Dudley Dawson, Hogs Illustrated and WholeHogSports.com. Dudley, good afternoon.
How you guys doing?
Better than the Cardinals.
Oh, see.
Right off the top
That's
rope.
fine.
Bam!
That's fine. Really looking forward to Notre Dame's championship season next year as well. So,
All right. See, it's Dudley 1, Zach nothing.
He
Okay.
punches
All right.
back.
Yeah,
I like it.
He punched right back.
Punches back. That's
All right.
fantastic. I mean, there's any number of places we could start, Dudley. I guess we can start with Razorback baseball and where they pulled this thing out on Monday night. Get to bring in NC State here, and it's just been it's the Kevin Kopp show. As he goes, it looks like that's how they're going to go.
yeah, and it continues to just go and go and go. I never thought they'd take him out. Even if his arm fell off, that it looked like they were going to ride it. And I know they said, we asked him how he's feeling. Well, he's always feeling good if you're a pitcher, So
Yeah.
But it's been an incredible year. I'm not breaking any scoops there. So.
You've seen a ton here in the last 40 years, and I think sometimes we get, prisoner of the moment. Welch hits the ball, we're like, this is the greatest moment in Arkansas sports history. Put it into perspective, not just the Welch moment, but what we're seeing from this team. Where does this, it's obviously not 94 basketball, but it's got to be up there somewhere.
Yeah, it's really close. McFadden in football, the 94 team in basketball, obviously we have to give credence to Coach McDonald and his championships and all that. But individually, this has just been an incredible thing. And I've seen a lot of guys get wins as a starter. I've seen a lot of guys get a lot of saves as a closer. But I've never seen a guy with a combination like this. You can point back to Andrew Miller when he was pitching for Cleveland and coming in those middle innings. But even he didn't do this, the amount of length that he's been able to come in and just stretch it out in games. I was in a grocery store today, and I looked awfully hard at beet juice. Decided not to do it, but, it's starting to be something I might think about now.
It has magical powers, apparently. That's what it is. Another big thing going on right now, while this is front and center, because, people get to watch the games and everything, but more behind the scenes is what is happening with recruiting opening up, with visits happening and all these sorts of things. And just kind of how are things going now that they can actually bring people in and show them around for the first time in over a year?
Well, I think really well. They've got a couple of unofficial visitors on campus today, and Nico Davalier, a defensive tackle from Maumelle, and Quincy McAdoo, the wide receiver from Clarendon, who was previously committed to Florida State, and Mike Norvell, and had decided to come up here. So both those guys are visiting this weekend. They had visiting today. They had 7 guys in here last weekend, and we'll have 2 more in this weekend. A lot of big offensive linemen, some skill guys as well. But it's clear that Coach Pittman is following through on his philosophy to get bigger on both sides of the ball and, get tougher and all that. So, it's kind of how they're looking at it, and they're running all these basketball, official visitors and transfer portal guys and all that through here. And then I just got done. I was able to mark something off my bucket list that I didn't know was on it. I just got through writing a story about a Arkansas baseball pitcher from Seoul, South Korea. And he was kind enough to text me the answers instead of me calling him, because he said he thought it might be a little bit of a phone bill problem for me if I called him and stayed on the line in Seoul, South Korea. So.
I want to ask you a little bit about football recruiting in particular. The state this year seems to be very deep as far as the talent pool goes. Arkansas's got 4 of the top 6 in-state players. Who's their top in-state target? Because they are shuffling offers out to in-state guys left and right.
Yeah, and I'm really happy about the one they gave out yesterday to Jalen White, who's a hybrid linebacker safety from Little Rock Park. He was number 8 in my rankings in Hogs Illustrated in terms of players in the state this year. Has gotten a lot of Power 5 offers, but had not from Arkansas yet. And Arkansas just kind of wanted to get a look at him and see what they had. And so they're bringing him on now. But, 12 players in state. That it may not be a record, because I wasn't around back when Frank Boyles and them were able to bring swimmers in and count them as, football players in and count them as swimmers, in terms of the in terms of the scholarships and all that. But it's a great, great year in both basketball and football in the state in the high school ranks. And they, as you said, they've got 4 of the top 6. They feel really good about the rest of the guys that they're going to get. I think, they may end up with, I would say probably 10 of these 12, or 9 or 10 of these 12 kids coming to the school. And that's really big. When you have a basketball, football, baseball crop like this, if you want to be the head coach in Arkansas for a long time, you have to make hay during this year. And if you don't get all of them, you got to get the vast majority of them.
Dudley Dawson's our guest here on Ruscin and Zach. Has it crossed anyone's mind over there to maybe have the visitors make a lap through the Hog Pin this weekend? I mean, that's the NJIT had a good time out there.
Yeah, sure seemed to. I think that had one of the. I know that a few of them made it to the baseball game because they had one of the kids talking about seeing all the people, at the game and all that. So I think they do that. But yeah, nobody has had more fun in the past week or so than New Jersey Institute of Technology players getting to just kind of cut loose. Probably why they didn't do as well on the Saturday afternoon game, or was it Sunday afternoon? They're all running together, but that was great for. It's interesting. Nebraska fans think Arkansas fans suck. New Jersey Institute of Technology fans think they are the greatest in the world.
Yeah. Well, there's not a lot of difference between the Hog Pen and Newark, where NJIT is from. They felt very comfortable out there.
Yeah, loved their names. The spell check was really ripping through that one, but love their names, and they just had a lot of fun, and I love the way that their administration and coaches and that just embraced it as well, just like Nebraska embraced being the villain.
Yes, they did. They sure did. I think we should start calling the Hog Pin the state's largest honky tonk. I mean, it's just it's like any. We talked about it yesterday. It's like any old nightclub from the 90s in Fayetteville. Yeah, it's out there now.
What nightclub does the Hog Pen remind you of at 2 a.m.?
Brass Monkey back in the days. It may have been a little bit for you.
Where was that?
In the early 80s, yes.
Where was that?
So once, hey, listen to this. Once on a dance floor at the Brass Monkey, which used to be under the Mountain Inn.
Oh, yeah, okay.
On the dance floor at one time, Larry Michaud, Akeem Olajuwon, Bill Clinton, Dale Walker, Alvin Robinson, and yours truly.
Whoa! Oh, wow! See, now
I was in charge of getting Walker and Robinson back to the dorm. So,
see,
how'd that go?
It went really well, because I took one for the team. Let's put it that way.
If we're not doing a hog pot about this, what's the point of having the hog pot? I mean, this is what we want. These are the stories we want right here. At the Brass Monkey back in the 80s. Yeah. That's what.
Every time Caden Monk comes in and starts playing it,
makes you feel good.
Takes you back.
Right. Yeah.
You ever spend any time at the Dome?
Not much. I mean, I remember it, but I ran around with Ed Waterhead Jones, and we had our little watering holes, and that's what they were, was watering holes.
So, like we were talking about the Dome yesterday. The Dome was where you wound up. It was the place that was open the latest. And like Mike Neighbors has said, it was the last stop on your trick or treat tour on a Friday night, Saturday morning. It's just where everybody ended up.
Now we did have the precursor of Uber when we would leave Dixon Street and make it out to the bars in Springdale that would stay open at 5 a.m. But that's a rumor. I didn't actually do that myself.
You were out of Countryland, weren't you? Yeah, I've stumbled out of Countryland at dawn before.
Oh, wow. We're talking with Dudley Dawson here on Ruscin and Zach. What do we know about the latest edition, Trey Wade, over with Eric Musselman's team?
He's one of these guys, and I think you'll see him being one of the lead guys coming off the bench. I think they already had their guys that are going to run out there on the board and be the starters. But he is a guy who is a senior, has a lot of experience, played the last 2 years, started 52, I think, of 56 games the last 2 years. His stats won't pop you over the head. I think, 8 points, 6 rebounds, something like that. But he's a complementary piece that of the likes that they had last year that I think will fit in well. And I think the coaches over there know what they're doing. And Trey Wade is very accepting of being a, for lack of a better word, glue guy that will come in here and win.
Oh, I hate that
Zach's
phrase. I hate that phrase. I've completely lost interest in the sports talk. The Fuzzies or Hofbrau? Where were you landing?
Man.
Or Cafe Santa Fe. I'll throw that in there, too.
Both, yeah. I spent a lot of time at both places. One time, speaking of baseball, one time Arkansas was playing at George Cole. They split doubleheader, even though they didn't have those a lot. Me and a couple of guys went to the Hofbrau and tried every single beer they had up there on the top of the bar. Yeah. They didn't have to cover the second game.
Yeah, you didn't make the second game. You read about it tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's right.
Memories, man.
Yeah.
Memories.
No, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I'm proud to know that you and I frequented Countryland because that was not an easy place to get into or get out of.
True. There have been a few places I won't talk about, but that's one of them.
I saw Eddie Money at Countryland. Wow, Eddie Money. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that was a rough day.
Take me home tonight.
That's correct.
All right. Dudley, thank you so much for sharing all of this. We appreciate it.
Live from South Korea.
That's right. Yeah. I like it.